bring that then.
As far as I can tell, nobody's enjoyed the music at all in this game whatsoever. So before we jump into some of the questions we've been getting from the community, and please try not to super spam, I'm going to do my best to stay on top of things as we move to those. I'm starting with some of the questions that came in. But first, really, how did you guys get started in gaming, and what was your first job in the entertainment industry? Let people know a little bit more about you.
Okay, I guess I'll start. Let's see.
Turn up the
A while ago, maybe almost 20 years ago, I was an actor, a struggling actor, and I applied for a game testing job at Activision. Some of you may have heard of it. And really just kind of worked my way up through the QA department at Activision, went on and worked at Disney for a while, and then ended up here at Illumix, where I'm very happy.
Yay.
Yeah.
And I got my start working in sound, working on films, independent films, and that quickly led into working on games and soundtracks. And my first job was for Purple Moon, doing games for girls. And then that led to Mondo Media and a couple other exciting games back in the day.
For me, my interest in animation started when I watched my first episode of Sailor Moon as a kid. So yeah, I didn't know it was a viable job back then, so I was going to be a microbiologist.
Microbiology?
Yeah, that on a whim, when I was applying for university, I'll just send another application to the animation department, and I got both. And to the disappointment of my family, I chose animation. So yeah, that's how I end up here today. My first entertainment job would probably be, I don't know, does TV count as entertainment?
Yeah,
Totally.
Probably
TV
be
counts.
the Disney Junior show called Doc McStuffins. That's probably my first entertainment job.
Nice.
Yep. Adam?
So I knew I wanted to be a programmer, and so I went to college, and the instructors at my college were like, "Oh yeah, no, you'll never get to do game programming because it's just too hard to get into." And so I didn't like that answer.
Yeah.
So I left that school and I went to a game development school to learn how to program. Spent 4 years just programming games. And then after that, I joined an animation middleware company called Natural Motion, supporting big AAA studios with their animation problems and things like that. And then wanted to make games instead of just helping others make games, and so I crossed over to actual game development companies.
I'm going to jump in on this one just because it's fun too.
Yeah.
Sorry, you guys don't get to answer all the questions by yourself. Again, my name's Shannon. You've already seen me. I actually got into gaming, and technically my first job was a QA tester at the ripe age of like 8 or so, probably younger, because my mother was making Mavis Beacon teaches typing, and I was there going, "Here, play this game, see how it goes." And it was like Thumbelina, Mavis Beacon, and from there somehow ended up in the industry myself.
Nice.
So yeah. Cool. So jumping in to some of your questions, we have heard that sound is a little quiet. We're working, like we've tried moving the mic closer. We can check to see if there's things we can edit on the stream, but do keep us up to date. But otherwise, speaking of sound, Maganita, forgive me if I say this terribly wrong, but yeah. Maganita asked, will Bonnie and Chica get voice lines at some point? Probably a question for you, Cadet.
Yeah, good question. We love hearing, we've seen requests for that, and we absolutely love hearing from fans things they're excited about and hoping to possibly experience in the game. It's to be decided. I think one thing that we are always considering is how do we keep things frightening, and often it's the characters that aren't talking in horror films that are the most scary. It leaves a lot of room for imagination what the unknown is and trying to negotiate that relationship there to this entity or being or ghost and whatnot. So yeah, to be determined.
Thank you. From Random HF, I hope that's Have Fun Gum. Yeah, sorry, these are going to be interesting usernames. It's fun times. But this is a question for you, Chaz.
Alright.
When is the bug fix? Yes, we know there's bugs. For unrepairable, unusable endoskeletons coming. Random HF Gum has apparently been left scarred and deformed from this tragedy.
Wow.
Sad.
First of all, I'm surprised that there's bugs still. But yes, we have actually heard of this bug and seen this bug ourselves, and we are currently investigating it. We don't necessarily have a timeline yet, but we have, I think, identified a few things that are causing it. So we hope to have some more news on that soon, probably next week.
Oh. We'll see. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. Things always can surprise you. That's what jump scares are for anyway.
Yeah.
So, Mr.
Talk to the mic.
Glitchy, is we're like, try this mic.
Yeah.
I'll lean forward. See how it goes.
Project.
Yeah.
Project.
Yes.
Use the diaphragm.
You're a singer, so.
What?
Yeah.
No. So, this is a question for everybody. Mr. Glitchy2 wants to know what it was like working on FNaF AR, and if there were any complications, unforeseen issues during the challenges, or during the process. Yeah, during the challenge. Oh, I guess you want to start us off?
Yeah, I wanted Adam here for this.
Yeah, sure. So
Should I just hold it up?
What was it like working on FNaF AR? Let's start with that one.
Right. So first of all, it was a lot of fun. It's not very often that you get to work at a job or on a title where you get to explore and experiment with the types of things we've gotten to do here. So being able to take chances and work on and put in mechanics that have never really been tried in gaming, I mean, that's exciting. That's what we live for as game developers. So it's been great.
Awesome. What is it like for you, Ying? Feel free, hold the mic.
Oh,
Enjoy
really?
it.
Yeah. Is it
Definitely, definitely something new. I mean, AR is a pretty new kind of landscape for every one of us. So, and to get to work on Five Nights, which is such a long-standing IP, I guess, with a huge fan base, I think it's really, really fortunate for us. I think we were lucky to actually get this IP and to actually put our own interpretation in AR, which is definitely definitely cool. Did I just hear my own echo there?
No worries.
Okay.
Side brief interruption. Fun time,
Yeah.
Delilah. We did just answer regarding some of the salvaging bits. That's related to what Chaz was speaking about. We're sorry, we're working on that fix.
Yeah.
But today, what's it like working on FNaF AR?
It is, as I like to say, the highlight of my career. It's I love working in interactive sound and had wanted to work in AR, and so when I got this opportunity for this position, I was just ecstatic. It's really different from an audio perspective to create immersive environments and interactive environments in mixed reality spaces, and lots of different considerations have had to come into play with that. For example, footsteps, which is huge in our game. You don't know where a player is going to be playing, and so taking into consideration the sound of the animatronics and the space and the spatial signature of our sound design is a really huge and totally unique and exciting challenge for in this particular case. So yeah, it's been amazing, incredible working with this team, and the fans. You guys have helped so much with your feedback, but really in the research phase with all of the videos that you've posted, it's been incredibly helpful on this particular title for me. So thank you.
Oh, I have to answer too?
You get to answer, Chaz.
Oh, yes, I get to answer. What's it like working on FNaF AR? Many days it's very scary. I have to play the game a lot, and as you can imagine, I get jump scared quite often. And but you know, just like everyone else here, it's been really exciting to kind of push the envelope in what AR games are doing, and that just, you know, has been really exciting for me, just because I was really interested in the AR space when I came here, and yeah, just Illumix has been doing great things, and it's really kind of cool to see the reactions from fans on what we released. Sorry, can't speak. I was up really late last night, so.
Yeah. So, fun fact for all you guys watching at home, school, in commute, transit, all of that loveliness. Chaz and I were actually here until about 3:30, 3:40 in the morning.
We have a photo to prove it.
Yeah, I have a photo to prove it. We may show it later at some point.
Yeah.
Be on the lookout for that. We are a little bit delirious, and Chaz, despite all of that, is apparently going to be doing the full 24 hours of this stream.
Yes.
Sometimes sometimes he'll be here. We'll have another room set up, and sometimes he'll be on his own stream as part of this. So don't worry, you can watch him fall into more delirious, sleep-deprived madness as it goes.
Yay.
Can't wait.
Let's give him harder and harder questions.
Ooh. Yes, please, guys, give us hard questions for Chaz.
Yeah, that's really.
It's going to be great.
You're like.
I'm just gonna stare off into space.
Stare
and
off.
not answer.
There you go.
Here, he's just going to hide behind
Alright,
Freddy.
yes.
It's going to be lovely.
Support bear.
Yep.
Support bear.
Support bear.
Remember, friends are forever.
That's
Ask
right.
Freddy questions.
Yes.
Yeah. Questions for Freddy?
Don't worry, I've got a question that doesn't involve you.
All right.
So you can sleep for a couple minutes. If you can get them to answer for a longer period of time, you'll get a little more sleep. But Elvis Bianc wants to know which animatronic was hardest to design. So be it from a sound perspective or like when coming, obviously, from an animation, getting the right feel for an animatronic.
Take it away.
Oh, okay. For me, it's either Springtrap or Shadow Bonnie, because these two kind of deviate from the other animatronics in how they move, and for Shadow Bonnie especially, it's the entire gameplay itself. So having to come up with entirely new animations to serve the gameplay was definitely challenging. I think it took me like 3 times as long to finish their animations compared to the rest of the animatronics. So definitely those two for me.
No surprise, those were the exact two
Same.
that I was going to say as
Okay.
well. And I think you have a good point that deviations. And I would say with overall designing the animatronics from the get-go, the biggest challenge was working with the IP and working with existing sort of lore and actually just getting to know these animatronics before even starting the sound design was, I'd say, the greatest challenge, and really understanding Five Nights, and then trying to create sound design that relates to their history, but that is not literal in the sense, like, for example, for Chica, rather than creating literal sounds of Chica banging around in the kitchen, since you could be playing in your bedroom or outside in the forest, going sort of more to the sounds the animatronics make, like the beak smacking sounds and whatnot. So I'd say, like, the challenges mostly for me with each animatronic was thinking in terms of more of an abstract connection to their past, and also creating a horror sort of virtual space that gives a mood and a feeling of fear and dread. But Springtrap, definitely with the did sort of a a different gait to the footsteps,
Yeah.
with a step and a drag. Just sort of imagining Springtrap broken down and decrepit, and so that was sort of fun to imagine something that we don't actually see, but that we are hearing and imagining, and what can we do with that imaginative sonic space to create more fear and dread. Yeah.
So on that note,
Yes.
actually, less than 24 hours ago, there was this lovely conversation that happened on Reddit between two users, Squarth and Ground Zeros. And it opened up with Squarth saying, whoever the sound effect designer is, Illumix official should give him a raise. The meaty play.
Yes, thank you. Noted.
No, but here's the good part.
Okay.
The meaty plats, whenever Springtrap steps, are so nasty, and all the footsteps are tailored to each character. Lots of work went into those sounds, which I appreciate. Grand Zeros responded, going, yeah, they made him extra nasty, and I love it. He's disgusting, and they sure did capture that.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
no, this goes on.
Oh,
It's
wow.
not
Okay,
over
okay.
yet.
I guess this is the moment to
Yeah,
take it in. Thank you.
Take this in.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, but the really fast plop, plop, plop when he charges is kind of funny. It sounds like you're rolling a slinky of raw steak downstairs, and it's going really fast.
Nice.
I love how very oddly specific that description was. Never thought I'd be imagining a meat slinky. And then Squarth responded, you go to grill it and it walks off the barbecue like a regular slinky walking off stairs.
I love it. That is
So-
great. A meat slinky. That is exactly what I was going for. I just didn't have the term.
Is that not just how we create sound?
Exactly.
Where you go to the barbecue and you're like,
Just-
okay,
yeah,
let's
yeah.
Slinky.
take this and try
Yeah.
to encourage it to walk off.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of those sounds are actually made from beating on and hitting pieces of meat in the Foley studio. So, yeah, we
Does
definitely.
it matter which kind?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. T-bones. Yeah,
T-bones?
Yeah.
Like a chicken just won't do it.
Oh no, you need chickens too. Yeah, you need all the different frequencies. But yeah, definitely. I'm glad that extra squishy element came through. That's fantastic, and thank you for that kind of feedback. It keeps me inspired to want to keep pouring in more and more details into the game. So it's exciting.
Yeah. So a question from Name64, and I want to say somebody else asked this very similarly. Spicy Dead Pizza also did a similar question. Which one is everyone's scariest animatronic that always jump scares them, or which one do you find most frightening?
Yeah, I'll start with it. I mean, maybe the obvious answer, but Springtrap, like, just everything about it. Even when you win, he's still scary as he's reaching for you at the end. Like, everything about him is just creepy. The other day I was testing, and I spawned a bunch of spring traps on the map, and I bought a transponder, and I forgot about it, and I came back like a couple hours later, and I loaded up my game, and my eyes just sort of went wide as I saw what was waiting for me.
Nice.
Yeah. For me, probably Baby.
Baby.
Yeah, I mean, I had the hardest time against her. Her haywire is just so difficult to win against. So yeah, I get jump scared by her the most. Definitely, Baby. Yeah.
Again, it all goes back to Springtrap. When I was working on that jump scare, I wanted it to like terrify me. That was my goal. I wanted it to really creep me out. I have to say though, the one coming up soon is even more terrifying. So that's exciting. Can't wait to share.
For me, it's, let's see, I'm going to split it into two. Looks is obviously Springtrap, but sound, I think, is Foxy for me for some reason. I just don't like that kind of mechanical, like, that sound. Yeah.
And I just thought maybe you
The
had pirate
quickness.
phobia or
I
something.
do have a little bit of a pirate phobia, but yeah, his footsteps are just kind of creepy to me, and that that's what jump scares me the most. Really, it's just like, oh gosh, here's Foxy again.
Maybe the fast.
Yeah, it's kind of like a chalkboardy kind of sound to me when I hear that kind of footstep. So
good visceral response.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So
As a side note, I'm still seeing some really great questions coming in that, granted, are more geared towards Kieran. So if you don't mind, I'll probably be saving some of those. Don't worry, I am scribbling them down, doing my best. By scribbling, I mean copy pasting. You know, all of that. But yeah, so jumping into back to the art. Scarlet T-Wing wants to know how hard it was to animate all the animatronics and all their individual details in each part of the game, and about how long they or how long did it take. And specifically, they're asking, so maybe if you have words and suggestions, they ask because they're interested in game design and animation.
Oh, okay. Cool. Like I mentioned before, the lucky thing for us is Five Nights is an IP that has been around for a while, so I actually do have a lot of reference for me to pull from. But as people who are fans of the game know, it's all just like still images, right? You don't really have them actually moving in the game. So to kind of translate their personalities and their motion from just those single frame poses, it's probably the most challenging thing for me. And on average, the normal animatronics probably take me about 1 day per motion, so like their jump scare will probably take me a day to animate. Them charging towards you will probably take me a day. But like as mentioned before, animatronics that kind of deviate from that, Springtrap and Shadow Bonnie, would take me like way longer, like 3 to 4 times longer to animate. So yeah.
Wow.
And you're about 3 times faster than most animators, I hear. So
Really?
let's add some math to that and get a realistic perspective on what to expect.
Do you have any words of encouragement for an aspiring designer and animator?
It's if it's what you love, you really, really enjoy it. Like play more games, watch more animation. There's always something to learn, even though like I've been working for almost 8 years as an animator. I'm still learning something every day by watching someone else's animation. So just keep working on it and you'll get there someday, for sure.
So someone just asked if all of us are modelers or animators from the game. So for those of you coming in late, we'll do a quick round of the introductions really briefly again.
I'm Chaz. I'm QA lead.
Helps with tech stuff.
Yeah, I'm Cadet QnA, and I'm the principal sound designer.
I'm Ying, the animator.
And my name's Adam. I'm one of the engineers.
Awesome. Oh, my name's Shannon, especially if you didn't see me being really awkward at the beginning. I'm currently spending my time talking to you. But I do marketing.
Yay.
But yeah, cool. So on the lovely compliments to Cadet on this one, my name Jeff asks if we ever plan on I know, my name Jeff, I just said my name is Shannon and now I'm lying to everybody.
Wait a minute.
It's
Yeah.
right, it's no one knows where to turn anymore. Do we ever plan on uploading high quality versions of the music from Special Delivery? They really enjoy the loading and main theme from Special Delivery and also the shop theme. I mean, what don't you enjoy? First there's the beat Slinky and now there's this. And they wanted to see if we've been thinking about if high quality versions would ever get uploaded.
Oh, yeah. We will think on that. I want to give a shout out to the composer, Leon Riskin. He's incredible to work with and just mad talented. And yeah, just want to put that out there. And yeah, we will look into all your requests. Thank you for loving our music and being such wonderful fans. It's so inspiring to keep going.
Yeah.
Should have an OST for it.
Yeah, we definitely need
An
that.
album.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we got to consider that.
It sounds really good in my car. I had it
Yeah.
playing in my car once on Bluetooth.
It's
and
mixed
I was
well.
just like,
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
it's just surrounding me. And I was like, oh, this is great.
Yeah, maybe I'll do a remix of it. That would be fun.
That's what you do, is where you just get that calming, the full like lo-fi girl, and you just have that music, and then every once in a while it completely terrifies you by doing the doorbell ring.
Yeah.
And just
Like-
just making sure you're still awake, being like you can't relax too much.
Yeah, exactly. Keep you on your
So
toes.
you can choose which version when you're driving versus when you actually want to chill and relax.
Yeah.
So I know you mentioned the composer, but as a sound designer, Cadet, you also get to work with a lot of fun voice talent, not just here at Illumix, but
Mhm.
presumably previous. Do you have any fun stories from like recording sessions?
I would say overall, over the years of doing any voice directing I've done, when I was a voice director on SimCity, it was absolutely so entertaining and amusing to voice direct Simlish, and actually worked on writing it a bit as well with a Max MSP program that Kent Jolly wrote. I believe Kent Jolly wrote it. So yeah, working with Simlish and getting to be some Simlish characters myself was super entertaining and hilarious, and particularly trying to direct people to do Simlish with various accents from around the world. Somehow they often tended to sound Russian, but yeah, I'd say that was good. And then other than that, just my work here as being the new Freddy voice. Just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding.
What? But he's sitting right there.
Yeah. It's Freddy. It's Freddy.
That's how you do it. You just hold it in front of your face, and somehow a different voice comes out.
Yeah.
Little known
are
secret.
forever. Friends are forever.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
But that's a story for another time.
So this question's for you, Chaz. A little bit on how do your employees, or all of us, whatnot. Yeah, we're now all your employees, but it was
Yes.
directed towards Illumix, so.
Yes,
But
Chaz.
now you get to be the royal Illumix. How do employees test the game?
How do we test the game?
Pulling out our hair.
It starts with pulling out our hair, yeah. So the development team gives us new builds every day. So they create a build that has new features in it. And each time a new feature gets implemented, we have a set of test cases that we've created based off of design specs that the designers have given us. And we run through all of those test cases on the feature. And then when we write up all of our bugs from there, and then the engineers go and they fix it, and then they give us another build, and then until we say that it's the feature's good, we just keep QAing the build over and over, and then eventually we get to submit it and send it off to the store for everybody to play.
And then we all play it.
And then thousands and thousands of more people find bugs.
Literally we do.
So you
all
guys are
play
all
it.
super helpful when you do report
Yeah.
bugs to us, because it's a very large game to kind of release to everybody, and then especially since there's just so many different things that could possibly happen. It's great to get reports back from the community, because then we can quickly track down what the issue is from there, and try to get a fix out to you guys.
Awesome. So this one's very generic, and so you guys can take it as you will. But Pug Gaming 125 wants to know how we made such a good game. I heard that.
I know.
Don't want to
right?
gloat. I know. I'm just like, but somehow.
I mean, I'll start with this one. I mean, the easiest answer is collaboration. I mean, working together with great people, having good ideas that inspire other good ideas, and just welcoming all of those good ideas and putting them into a game, testing it out, seeing what works, seeing what doesn't, getting more good ideas from that, and just continuing to do that over and over and over again.
Collaboration is key in
Yeah.
the gaming industry. That is for sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's definitely a team effort. Yeah.
Yeah, and just being passionate about what you do. I feel like people here are the top of their trade, and are very, very passionate, and aren't afraid to try new things and innovate and fail and try again. And I think that's really important in the iterative game process, game design process. So I think that's a really one of our great strengths.
I was gonna say lots of coffee.
Lots
okay.
of coffee.
Yeah.
That's how
I'm allergic to coffee, so that
Doesn't
would
work.
be-
Yeah.
good
Yeah.
snacks.
That's
Sugary
when they just
snacks.
try to kill me instead.
Yeah,
That's how you make it
donuts
great.
definitely help.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
there were
donuts.
donuts today,
Friday.
and it was
Is a donut hole a donut?
yeah.
Donut
I,
holes,
is that's a great question. Is it?
It
is
was the great debate of the
Chaz?
morning.
Does it count as
Just broke my brain. Yes.
yes? Sleep deprivation. Is that,
But it's a donut hole.
But it came from a donut, so it is.
Oh,
But then
no.
why don't you call them donuts?
Because they're just the whole of the donut. Instead of the donut is the round thing. And, I don't know.
Yeah, up all night.
Yeah,
I
up
don't
all
know.
night.
We're
Round
in the
thing.
peanut
I'll answer
gallery.
this later. Check out my stream.
Yeah, totally.
The peanut gallery's chiming in, but I noticed that the peanut gallery actually put a question earlier in chat asking Chaz where his baseball cap was.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
yeah.
I left it at home. Forgot it.
Sleepy. That's what happened.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, now we're starting. Donut hole rights is a hashtag.
Oh.
They have rights too. They have
happening.
rights too.
Yep.
New movement.
Oh my goodness. So I guess, Chaz, I have a question with your sleep deprived status.
All right.
So people know. Given that you're going to be around for 24 hours,
Yeah.
well now it's down to like 23 or so. What sorts of games are you going to play, and how are you still alive right now?
Let's see. What types of games are we gonna play?
Are you going?
Am I gonna
yeah,
play?
somehow you need to do something that doesn't have you just crash immediately.
Luckily, I've done Extra Life before, so I've been through these 24-hour marathons before, and I know what kinds of games are helpful in keeping me awake, and also being entertaining for people to watch. So a lot of like quick, fast games, like Rocket League is a good example. It's really fast paced, and if you get a team, in the office to play with you, it's just a lot of fun and just a lot of hijinks happen. So you guys get a little crazy late in the hours, and it's fun to just kind of let loose on kind of silly games like that. Another good game to play late into the wee hours of the night are games where you like stand up and move around. So anything like in VR or our game, FNaF AR, you stand up and move around.
Yeah.
Or like there's a good game called Johann Sebastian Joust, and you move around
Ew.
and try to knock other people's controllers while protecting your own. And so it's a good kind of like movement game. So those are the kinds of things that you might be seeing tonight
So speaking
or
of fun,
tomorrow.
Yeah.
speaking of movement, we've been asked by Narn64 if you could do your best animatronic impressions.
Oh gosh.
Ew.
I don't know.
Okay.
Problem is we're not terribly
probably have the best
animatronic.
chance.
Um,
Hello. Oh yeah. I was gonna do that.
you get the point.
That was good.
Yeah, thanks.
Oh, that was great.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not sure any of us can beat
Yeah, I
that
don't think
one.
any of us
No.
can do that.
I think you win.
We could
good.
stand
I'm
up
not
and
gonna
act
try.
out the animatronics.
Yeah, if you guys
Yeah.
want to do your own animatronic impressions and then send them to us on Twitter,
Yeah.
that would be great. I think the entire team would love it. It would help us get through this 24 hours so much more. I believe you can either send it to Illumix Official or FNaF AR Official. Might just be Illumix. I'm losing track of our own Twitter accounts. I was up until way too late last night as well. But yeah. On that same note, John Edgebert wants to know if we have any best moments personally from playing the game.
Mm.
I mean, I'll start with one of my favorites. So when I first started, I was playing the game, and I got a phone call mid, an attack sequence, and I was on the phone with my friend for probably 15 minutes, and then when I hung up, it immediately put me back in the game, and I'd forgotten that I was playing, and it was an instant jump scare from Foxy. And I was sitting there going, mistakes are made, I can never answer a phone while I'm playing this ever again.
Nice.
But yeah,
That's
I
awesome.
don't know. Anybody else?
Anybody else?
It's not too funny, you're still alive.
Yeah, I mean, wow. I mean, my favorite moment isn't actually from me playing the game. As someone who made a lot of the mechanics, I've played through, I've seen how they're crafted, and I've played them probably way more than anybody should. But my greatest moment or my greatest story was watching Marianne play when we first got an initial build set up. I mean, you guys got to watch her play earlier. She's super animated, was super into it, and it really felt, that was the moment where I felt like, yeah, we're on the right course here. We're doing the right things.
I love to go into Remnant Collection and get Shadow Bonnie. So I'm always, swallowing up the Dark Remnant as often as possible. And
Wave it like the flag.
Just ignore the.
yeah, and I like the screen closing in and the tension and the beats playing and whatnot. So, but doing that in the basement of my house in the dark and then putting the flashlight on and burning Shadow Bonnie, I'd say like that was a memorable, gratifying moment where it took me out of sort of the hat of the game developer, sound designer was off, and actually just I felt like an actual player experiencing it, and that was really exciting. And also it was the first time I played in the dark, and I highly recommend it, especially with the flashlight function. It's terrifying.
One of the it's something that no one will ever see because it was a bug, but while testing the game at some point, I was jump scared by a very large Freddy, like massively large, so you had to like look up, and he took up almost the whole floor up above you, and that was scary to me, and that was just just a fun moment for me, and just say, hey, oh, there's this bug, but it was actually really cool to see a massive kind of like King Kong sized Freddy.
Larger than life.
Yeah.
That's
So,
terrifying.
that was mine.
I mean, how does it feel now to, I guess, have Freddy staring up at you from
As your comfort friend.
as your comfort friend?
We're friends now. We're
Yeah.
friends forever. So,
Friends forever.
yeah.
Forever and ever and ever. I mean,
Eternity.
Did you sign up for the eternal package?
Of course. We all
Of course.
Yeah.
We all did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Welcome. You're all in this with us.
I'll never be alone.
Never be alone. I don't know. This actually would be funny. Is that the funniest bug that you've ever come across? Question
Yeah.
from Blue. Or is there a funnier one? I feel like some of them are usually just terrifying.
I'm gonna pass right now.
Yeah.
Yes. That's probably
Boy Freddy scares. Okay, Sweet Tooth Pikachu.
that's the funniest one I can think of right now. So
Yeah.
The other ones are more stressful.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Way more stressful.
Yeah.
So we're going to do a little bit of another thing. So obviously people think that we keep you in cages constantly working. And I know that doing this stream is actually really difficult given we just launched and then we're still doing a ton of work towards updates. But what do you guys do when you're not living, breathing, working on FNaF AR special delivery?
I sleep.
Sleep.
Sleep. No, I'm a gamer, and I just like to go out hiking, and I'm big on camping. So I grew up in Idaho, and like the backyard of Idaho is basically just forests and mountains, and not potatoes like everyone thinks. But so I grew up kind of like in an outdoorsy lifestyle, and so I like to get outdoors every kind of weekend I can, and
get your eyes off the screens.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I like to do.
Yeah, nice. My greatest joy is making things. So if I'm not making things here, I like to be making things, making my own work, which I will get back to now. But I make electronic music, which heavily influences a lot of the sound in the game. Glitch is my favorite kind of aspect of electronic music, glitch elements and noise, and so it's a really beautiful kind of feedback loop combining my passion for sound and video art and whatnot, and then bringing all of that kind of back into the environment here. So yeah, just finding inspiration out in the art world is really what I like to do. Other than hang out with my family, of course, and play video games with my son Haven.
Awesome.
Yeah. So.
As I mentioned before, I watch a lot of animes, so I should be doing my own work like what Cadet does.
Let's make something. Let's collaborate.
But I don't, so I just laze around and watch animes all day long.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm an avid D&D player. Dungeons and Dragons is my jam.
What class?
The pen and paper kind of
Yeah,
D&D?
yeah.
Oh.
Not pen. You can't erase pencil.
Respect.
But yeah,
Oh, yeah.
no.
I know those hit points keep coming
Right.
and coming.
Yeah. Usually a wizard. But yeah, I got a couple games that I play in every couple weekends, and then I when I have enough time, I run one of my own. But it's been a while for that one.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
I want to know more about that.
Maybe an office
Yeah.
game sometime.
Yeah,
We'll see.
yeah.
We'll see.
Ooh, sign me up. I'll play.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you have any?
Oh well, no, I do this all the hours, all the time. I live in this office. I'm actually a bot. I'm just some.
You just gave it
I
away.
Sorry,
That was
my
our,
bad.
one of our biggest secrets.
I
We're
know.
all
Really,
bots.
I am
We're just
a
bots.
spectacular animation created by Ying in virtual. Actually, no. This is me augmenting your reality.
Yes.
That's what I'm doing. Very
Hologram.
hologram. Yeah. Who knew it was this good? I'm doing well. Fusite wants to know, Cadet, did you make the glitching in Freddy's voice? I mean, who else?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's a multiple step process, working with both multiple plugins in Ableton and Warping, and then bringing that into Pro Tools with multiple plugins there as well to get the effect. So I need to document that for the future.
point.
Yeah, note to self, document that.
Yeah.
But yes.
We've got in a couple of questions, and I'll actually just answer this one. So you guys can breathe. Chaz, take like a 15-second nap. Yeah, perfect, lovely. We're getting some questions, obviously, if there's going to be updates and like holiday updates. And I do believe if you've been paying attention to our email, we did do a little sneak picture in the recording studio with Cadet. Maybe. Teasing that there is a bigger update coming. So stay tuned for that.
And I did drop that the most terrifying jump scare is to come. So.
Most terrifying. Ooh.
Yes.
No. You're just going to make it so we just don't play it. Like Marianne's going to be a mess on the floor, and it's going to be hilarious. I look forward to that day. So I'm going to do a couple speedrun questions. We're going to first start from Chaz all the way to Adam, and then Adam all the way back to Chaz. And some of these. Are you ready? Ice cream flavor.
Wow.
Start with Chaz.
I was. I'm vegan, so I don't eat ice cream.
Uh-oh.
I guess like
When you were a kid.
cashew milk ice cream, I guess, is good. Yeah. Cookie dough.
If you weren't
Cookie
vegan,
dough. I'm gonna say cookie dough.
what are you eating in your fantasies? Oh wait, yeah.
Fantasy.
What ice cream in your
How about
fantasy?
you?
Yeah.
No, we got cookie dough, but
Cookie dough, mint chip, always.
Oh,
Yeah, mint chip.
super dark chocolate. Really
Ooh.
boring.
Cherry Garcia.
okay. Favorite superhero.
Doctor Strange.
Oh, I'll just go with Batman. Yeah.
Yeah.
I play the role of Batman with my son often. I'd say Batman. We're always in sort of character mode, but Batman's one of my Batman and Joker. I sort of play both, and they've continued to be friends in our world. But that's to be continued as well.
Superman.
Superman.
He's the hero everyone should strive to be. I'm always just a big Superman fan.
Oh my gosh.
Wow,
Okay.
I'm learning. This is really changing my whole perspective on this too.
So what food would you never give up?
Oh.
Breakfast cereal. Like,
Yeah, that's true.
San Pellegrino, you can ask any kind of question, not just ice cream. It's fine. Sorry. Food you would give up.
Chocolate. Yeah.
Nice.
I've become addicted. My girlfriend's got me addicted to chocolate. Really, really good chocolate.
Like gourmet chocolate.
Yeah.
Wow.
Dark chocolate. Yeah.
Nice.
That's a success to this game too. Is eating a lot
Dark
of chocolate.
chocolate.
Yeah.
Mine's probably sushi.
Sushi. Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Pasta, for
Pasta.
sure. Spaghetti.
Aww. Fusite says, y'all are my favorite superheroes. The feels, I can't handle it right now. I'm sorry. I can't. So, first song you think of?
The Trooper, Iron Maiden.
Okay.
Wow. Michael Jackson, The Way You Make Me Feel. Is that the title?
Yeah.
Oh, then Thriller.
Oh. What's in your head, Chaz?
Don't Stop Believing.
Don't stop
Journey?
believing.
Yeah, Journey. Yeah.
Yeah,
Journey.
That's always a good one.
Okay. Someone wants to know what your favorite drink is.
Chess.
It's now just a food thing now. I'm sorry, I put us down there.
Sparkling water.
Sparkling water.
Ew. Favorite drink.
Yeah, Glitch Trap wants to know. So Glitch Trap is officially watching and commenting on the stream and wants to know what's your favorite drink.
Blood orange. Liqueur. Yeah.
Just a liqueur?
Yeah.
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 Okay.
I made it up. We have to think of favorite horror
Don't
drink.
stop
Yeah,
believing.
favorite
no.
horror drink.
Oh, it doesn't have to be, but
Really? I don't know. Mine, a very good mojito, I guess.
ooh.
Ooh.
Oh, we're getting.
Okay. I'm a big fan of tropical drinks. I got to go with a Mai Tai.
I'm going to go with basic lemonade for me.
gotta go.
Sour,
That's my
sour
favorite,
lemonade
actually.
specifically.
There we
I
go.
love fruity
Yeah.
tropical drinks. I
Oh my
see
gosh.
a happy hour
Yes.
happening here.
No, we've got people singing "Don't Stop Believing" now in chat. This is all your fault, Chaz, or maybe it's my fault for asking the question.
Yeah.
Favorite animal?
Oh no.
Yeah. No, favorite animal from Pikachuber 31.
Cats.
Cats. Okay.
A well-behaved dog.
Well behaved.
Yeah, it has to be well-behaved.
A terribly behaved dog.
Bears.
Bears.
Especially when they're so friendly.
Yeah. Chicas. I
Maggie
like terribly behaved chicas.
Terribly behaved chicas.
That's
Maggie wants to know instrument. Favorite instrument?
Do I have to know how to play it?
No.
No?
You don't.
Okay.
It's like my mother loves a French horn. She has no idea how to play it, but when she hears that in an orchestra.
I played the clarinet in middle school, so I'll just say the clarinet.
Ooh.
Yeah. Clarinet. Yeah, clarinet has like a nice, rounded, hollow, beautiful tone to it. Yeah, I love clarinet. I'd say, oh my God, I love percussion instruments. I like collecting them and making weird sounds out of them. So I would say anything kind of in the percussive, you shake it or whack it or tap it kind of variety.
Cool.
Yeah.
I like Sherlock Holmes, so violin.
Violin, ooh.
There's no more beautiful instrument than a piano.
Me personally, I actually played viola for 10 years, so not quite a violin, but yeah.
Getting some nice holiday gift ideas here.
Right?
Do
You're
a Secret
finding out.
Santa gift exchange.
I played clarinet in middle school. Clarinet, please. I can't play it anymore. It'd be a terrible gift.
Just one to hang on the wall.
Right?
All sorts of terrible
goodness.
sounds.
Yeah.
Maybe that'd be
Okay.
good. We can get the sound bit.
Quick response to, and Phone Guy wants to know why we have 2 streams going on. We're actually going to have a lot more than 2 streams over the course of 24 hours. There is always going to be one that's giving you content, although we may have a little bit of breaks in between as we set up. But we're going to have people playing games, group games actually, on this camera. We've got another room set up in the back. Chaz, as we've said before, is doing 24 hours because he's a trooper and somehow is still alive. I don't know, he could also be an imagination figment, just like I am.
Yeah.
We've got another one of our lovely team members, Ken, who will be playing. We've got some people playing board games in one of our rooms called Pizza Planet. We've got some good room names.
Yeah.
So, but overall, there will be multiple cameras. We've only got 2 going live, but once this stream's over, we'll start switching into more places. I'll be playing games later too. It'll be fun, hopefully. But yes, and okay, and because we have to ask this, which one is your favorite animatronic? We just have to.
Oh, it starts with
Oh, okay.
okay. Oh no,
okay.
I needed more time to think on this one. I don't know. There's something I like about Bonnie.
My new book. Something about.
Yeah.
Balloon Boy.
I'd go with Shadow Bonnie. Yeah, mysterious Shadow Bonnie.
Do they have to be in our game? No?
Or just within 5 nights.
Just 5 night? I like Plush Trap.
Yeah.
It's cute. It's cute.
It's cute. Harmless. Harmless little fella.
Well, for now.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. We're getting like a lot of favorites now, and I'm sitting here going, but I know that you still want to work on some sounds and whatnot. I'm sorry, you don't get to keep them here. Like, we let them out of their boxes. It doesn't mean they suddenly get to live in the cushy couch forever. I know. So, with that being said, we're going to start setting up, getting some games on. You can continue to ask us questions. Obviously, we're going to have a more in-depth, probably talking a little bit more about some of those Scott questions and whatnot that you were bringing up. When we speak to Karen at 2 p.m., I want to say, PST tomorrow. And so, or for those doing it, I believe it's 1400. I don't know. I'm really bad at this sometimes. But it's all good. No one picked you. Glitch Trap, I'm so sorry.
Oh.
You can be my favorite. I didn't say anything, so I can be fickle. And I can say you're my favorite, Glitch Trap. But yes. Anyway, we look forward to talking to you soon, interacting. Obviously, please stick around. We're going to be doing some giveaways. Yes, some of those may involve Faz coins. Other things may involve some swag. But we'll be doing those over the course of the stream. Anyway.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thank
Thanks
you
for
all.
watching.
Yeah, thank you. Bye.
Please donate.